Hi guys, hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
To join me is Mr. Cayden Chang.
Thank you. Cayden.
Mr. Cayden. Okay.
Yeah.
So he is the founder of Kinesis, Value Investing Academy.
Yeah.
And also he has presence across 11 cities around the region.
Yeah.
Okay, across Asia and all that. And he has also graduated with 2 bachelor's degrees and 1 master's degree.
Yeah. Which has nothing to do with investing.
Yes. And he has also been trained in value investing by professors in
Bruce Greenwald.
Bruce Greenwald
Yeah,
in
for
Columbia
Columbia
University.
Yeah.
And also University of Western Ontario.
Professor
right?
George Tanasakos, Ivy Business School.
Yeah, and he has also been featured in many, more than 30 occasions in various media outlets. Okay, internationally, even in Singapore also.
Yeah.
Right?
He is good stuff.
And he has also spoken to more than 40,000 people, impacted so many lives on how to invest, and also his inspirational story, okay, which we will get to hear more later, right? Okay, so this afternoon, right, through his 20 years of experience, right, he will share with you what are some of investing tips that he can give you to help you get started on investing. Maybe you can share with them what exactly is value investing.
Value investing, if I could make it very simple, is simply is simply buying a cheap and a good business that grows.
Okay.
That grows, yeah. So cheap, good, and grow. So that is the ideal situation if we can invest in stocks. The second ideal situation is if we cannot find a cheap, good, and grow stocks, we find something that's cheap and good.
Cheap and good.
Yeah, cheap and good. Yeah. So, but initially, that's not how value investing works. Way back in 1920s, when first Benjamin Graham taught value investing in Columbia University, which is the place that I've been to, his focus was predominantly only on cheap companies. So whether it's good, bad, or whatever, as long as it's cheap, he considered that as value investing. But I think as time passes, value investing has been popularized by Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett add in a component of good and add in a component of growth. So value investing has been evolving. Initially it was cheap, then right now it's cheap, good, and grow, or cheap and good.
Okay. A lot of people, they know, in order to invest, they need to buy low and sell high.
Yeah.
Okay, but how do you really identify the cheapest company or the lowest price, or what makes a good company good?
Yeah.
What are some of the criteria
Yeah.
you have to follow?
Okay. So I think way back in 2001, when I lost money, I realized that I do not have the knowledge. And when I say knowledge, is we need to have some form of a structure or a step or some proven ways that people who have zero experience, they can follow. So I didn't have this. So it's true learning from others, the professors, some of the success investors. So what I did was I took all the knowledge, compiled it, and then recraft it in a simple step-by-step, like idiot-proof way so that people can start invest. So back to your question about how to find good companies, what we do is in Value Investing Academy, we use a simple structure through this acronym called SEGA.
Okay.
So as a kid, I played this video game called SEGA. There was this Nintendo and there was SEGA. So I just use SEGA, not SEGA. So what does SEGA stands for? So S stands for search. Yeah. So in order for us to buy stocks, we need to know where to find stocks. Some people do not know where to find. So there are many ways for us to search for a stock. So S stands for search. And once you found, usually stocks are everywhere, ideas around us. For example, we're using like our phone to do recording. Yeah, like for example, this camera on mine is Sony, and then this one is iPhone. So one of the ways to search for a stock, in fact, is just around us. So iPhone comes to Apple, Apple is a public listed company. Sony in Japan is a public listed company. But the ideas are everywhere. So once we have found an idea, for example, we have found Sony, we have found Samsung, we have found Apple. But we cannot just buy, just because the phone is good or stylish or whatever. So we need to go through a rigorous process, and the next one is E. So E stands for evaluate. So to make it simple is, when we evaluate, eventually we want to know whether is it a good company or a bad company.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's a good company, that means the good company will never go bust because it's good, keep making money. So if the company will not go bust, then we won't lose money. So the scariest thing in investing is you lose money, because making money is very difficult, losing money is very easy. So you want to buy a good company so that you won't lose. And yet you make, so good company is very important. So evaluation, there are only 2 endpoints, one is good and one is bad. Yeah, so we want to avoid the bad. So after the E, which is evaluation, the next thing what we want to do is we want to do the G. Yeah, G that means gauge the intrinsic value. Just now we talked about value investing, consider of cheap, good, and grow. So we have the good component. But we cannot buy things at an infinite price. Like for example, the phone, let's say the phone is roughly maybe $1,000. But nobody will want to pay $10,000 for the same phone. So if something is worth this amount, you overpay, you're going to lose money, even though the company may not go bust. Yeah. So it's important for us to identify something that's good, can be a product, can be anything, and then buy it at a discount.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why people go for a Great Singapore Sale. Yeah, you can get something that's worth $100 for $50. Wow, you already make $50 the moment you buy. The last one is really to form an asset portfolio.
Okay.
Because most people, when they ask me, is okay, right now I identify a stock, but should I put all my money inside? Or should I cut it up into many pieces? Yeah, so we need to have a portfolio of stocks. Yeah. So if you look at the soccer team, soccer game World Cup, which just ended recently, you realize that all soccer team has different type of players. They have the strikers, the midfielders, the defenders, the goalkeepers, and those people were sitting on the bench and reserves. Yeah. So, but I never seen a team that become a champion where all are strikers, all are defenders, all midfielders. So I think if you apply this analogy to investing, is we need to have a portfolio. Some stocks are like strikers, some stocks are like midfielders, some stocks are like defenders.
You need to have a mix.
Yeah, you need to have a mix. You put all in one basket, all strikers are quite dangerous, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So I think this is we need to have a structure first. Yeah, so that we don't lose money and yet we can grow our pot of money.
Okay, so in your opinion, right, do you think investing is risky?
Yeah, actually it's a tricky question. Like is investing risky? It all depends on who are you asking this question. Like for example, if I ask my surgeon who operated on me for my cancer surgery, so if I ask him, is surgery risky? He might say that if he's the surgeon, then risk very low. Yeah, risk very low because he's specialized, he's being trained, like he has almost 20 years as a senior consultant. Yeah, so if you ask him, he say, I don't think it's very risky. Yeah. But if you ask a layman on the road, you ask him, hey, if you perform a surgery on Cayden, is it risky or not? Of course, he will say it's risky. Yeah. So the same question is, it all depends on who you ask. Like if I ask a general public, like some of your clients, ask them, is investing risky? To them, they have not learned anything about investing, they will definitely say it's risky. And these people who do not invest or have no knowledge in investing, unfortunately it takes up a huge pie of the Singapore's population. Yes. So you ask them, most of them they will say it's risky because they know nothing. So to answer that question, the risk comes from the knowledge that we have. So the more knowledge they have, the risk is lower. So the lack of knowledge, the risk become higher. Yeah, which is why it's important for us to learn as a surgeon how to, the medical degree that they have, how to perform surgery. And then I fly very often, the pilot, need to have a pilot license, how many hours of flying. You ask me your flight is risky, right? I don't think I can even allow the plane to take off. Yeah. So as long as any instrument, surgery, flying a plane or anything, or even cutting the fugu, the sushi. Yeah. So if you leave in the hands of the right person who are well trained, then the risk is really very little. But if certain task is given to someone who knows nothing, they become very dangerous. But unfortunately, the know nothing one takes up a larger percentage of Singapore's population. Yeah. So higher knowledge, low risk. No knowledge, high risk. Yeah.
Okay. So what are 3 tips, right, that you can give to investors, beginner investors?
Yeah.
People who want to invest but they don't know how to.
Yeah. So if I could start my life all again, going back to my early 20s after I graduated, I think the first thing is really knowledge. Yeah. Okay. First thing is knowledge. And if I want knowledge, I need to get from someone who has been there and done it. If I want to be a good swimmer, I need to find a really good swimming coach who has been there and done it. Yeah. Ideally, if it's an Olympic person, that would be the best. Yeah. So to get the knowledge. Yeah. So let's assuming that every knowledge I got a mentor who teach me everything. Then the next one is to put it into practice. Yeah. So again, to put it in practice, you need a mentor. But to put it in practice, you need money. Yeah. Right. If there is no capital, there's no way to invest. So what's the good thing about Singapore is investing is actually quite simple. It's quite cheap. In the early days, if you buy Singapore stocks, you need a minimum of 1 lot, and then 1 lot is 1,000 shares. But I think since many years ago, right now it's 1 lot is 100 shares. Yeah. So first one is knowledge. Second one is the cash. Yeah. So maybe I share one tip along this line. Very quick tip is based on my social circle, I realized that most of my friends, they make a very small mistake in terms of money, but it's going to have a huge impact in their life subsequent years. For example, most people when they draw salary, right, the first thing they do is they pay others. After they pay others, they check how much is there. Oh, I got $200 there. Oh, then the $200 I keep. So then the sequence of thinking is, I take salary, I pay others, then pay myself. Yeah, then after that, you'll complain, okay, now I got no money to invest because every month you left $200. Yeah, but the other way around is Warren Buffett say, is when you draw a salary, when you receive a salary, first step is to pay yourself, which is what usually financial.
Yes.
Yeah. So for example, if I pay myself, every month I pay 500 to myself. Then the rest of the money, you realize that, yeah, the rest of money cannot buy car. Then don't buy car, lor. Then the rest of money cannot buy condo, or then don't buy condo, lor. But strangely, people buy car, buy condo first, then after that say no money.
Yes.
Yeah, so now the best tip, I mean, you will totally agree, is number one is pay ourselves first, then pay others. Versus most of people pay others first, they pay ourselves, then complaining that they got no money to invest. Yeah, so first one, knowledge, second one is cash. And of course, last one, which is also important, is all investment requires time. If, about a couple of months ago, Li Ka-shing, the richest person in Hong Kong, he retired. But last time he started washing people's plates in the kitchen of restaurants. So from washing dishes and then know nothing about investing to the richest person in Hong Kong, it requires time. All rich people takes time. But the thing is, some people want it quick. Like today invest, they want it tomorrow, or want it yesterday. Yeah. So usually when they want it quick, it elicits this greed in them. And then their radar is they seek out for get rich quick scheme. And when they seek out for get rich quick scheme, just nice, the scammer on standby already. Yeah, they are looking for people who are lazy, got money, don't want to do anything, get rich quick. Yeah, which is why some of the scams, even though it's happened in the past, it's repeating, you know. Yeah. So we have to acknowledge that investment requires time, and because it requires time, we have to start investing today. And not only investing, planning protection for our loved one insurance, we have to start today. And there was one time people asked Warren Buffett, it's like, when is the best time to invest? So he said that the best time is 20 years ago. I mean, 20 years ago, what are you talking about 20 years ago? Yeah, but of course the second best time is today. Yes. Whether we're talking about protecting our loved one or investing. Yeah. So in a nutshell, knowledge, getting knowledge from a mentor. Second one, pay ourselves first, followed by pay others so that you have money to invest. And third one is we need to acknowledge that investing requires time so that we don't fall ourselves into greed and then get rich quick scheme. Yeah.
So this is the end of the
interview.
Yeah. So if you want to look for a mentor that can help you guide you through the investing journey, if you prefer to learn yourself, okay, and prefer to take control over your finances, your investments, and you want to get ahead of your peers, okay, you can look for Mr. Cayden Chang.
Yeah.